Hello and welcome to the actual new setup. I'm excited to have you here in this very cozy little space I've created. Before I began working on this video, I was prepared to say, oh, I only played 2 of these DS games, so I can't speak for all of them. But it turns out only 2 of them were ever made. Other American Girl games have been released for Windows and mobile devices, but I specifically want to talk about these 2, Julie Finds a Way and Kit Mystery Challenge for the Nintendo DS. First, let's take a quick look at American Girl as a company and as a cultural phenomenon. When I was a kid, I wanted an American Girl doll so badly. Every year, it was the same ritual of sitting down with the Toys R Us catalog and the American Girl booklet thing and fawning over all this stuff that I really wanted. But I was also in one of those families that saw that one doll was over $100 and we wrote them off as an overpriced toy that I would grow out of. Shout out to the doll camper that I really wanted as a kid, by the way, because apparently that thing is $300 or more, and my mom was certainly trying to get us through a recession in 2008, so anyway. The beauty of American Girl to me, though, was that I didn't need to have a doll to access these worlds and stories that they were tied to. I had always loved to read growing up, but I was admittedly a very fiction fantasy type of girl. Long story short, I thought nonfiction was code for boring. Then, sometime in elementary school, I got a copy of the first book of Molly's story, and I fell absolutely in love with what I was reading. If you don't know, Molly is the American Girl whose story takes place in the 1940s. Her books take place on the home front and tackle subjects like grief, loss, patriotism, and wartime paranoia and social anxiety. And her series tackles these topics in an age-appropriate way. I didn't have the language for it at such a young age, but I realize now why that book felt so special. Here was something that took place during important events that I learned about in school, but the story was entrenched in social and emotional context. It helped to make those events feel more real. It's one thing to read about victory gardens and rations and stuff, in your textbook in school. It's another thing entirely to read about Molly's frustration and guilt surrounding dinner time. One major plot point of the first book is that she hates a certain vegetable, I think it's yams or sweet potatoes, but it's one of the only vegetables her family has consistent access to. And she recognizes that she's lucky and privileged to have, a stable source of food, but she also resents the situation that she finds herself in. And this moment is a perfect example of accessible history for kids. And now, as an adult, I adore historical fiction, and most of my favorite books from the last few years fall into that category or genre. So what is American Girl all about? Pleasant T. Rowland, the founder of American Girl, said that, quote, "The American Girl experience is more than just a collection of toys. It is a collection of magical moments filled with goodness, moments that will nourish a little girl's spirit, send her imagination soaring, and make her dreams come true." I think American Girl and Barbie play similar roles as iconic role models for young girls, and it's worth mentioning that both of these brands are managed by Mattel. While Barbie is all about being anything you can dream of, the American Girl website explains that the American Girls emphasize important values. Just as important, I think, is the fact that the American Girls are strong and persevere through all kinds of oppressive or unfortunate circumstances. The American Girls represent girls and young women who defy norms and take on social structures that restrict what they can be. Since 1986, American Girl has released their dolls, accessories, and media to cultivate the worlds of their historical girls and support the well-being and success of young girls in the real world. We all know that one book. If you're watching this, I know you know. So how do the DS games fit into this history? So you get the Nintendo DS in 2005, and then a short while later in 2007, the first American Girl game is released for the Nintendo DS, American Girl Julie Finds a Way. So up until this point, American Girl was not a video game thing, right? There were a couple of browser games and Windows specific games, but not a console or handheld release. And I'm not gonna lie, for the most part, it seems like these games flew under the radar. There's not a lot of reviews out there for them, and the reviews that are there are mixed, to say the least. Some people say that they're pretty solid games that you'll get your money's worth out of. Some people say that they're okay, but they really think American Girl is better being grounded in the books and the dolls. And then there's the people who say that it just reeks of being a cash-in. I don't remember much about these games. I remember very weird little pieces. I remember like changing my outfit in the kit game. We're gonna play a little bit of the games and try to decide where we think they fall on that scale. Okay, so we're gonna start with Julie Finds a Way because it came out the year before the Kit Mystery Challenge game. I don't remember much about this game at all, even a little bit. The only thing I remember is like a mini game where you pick up sticks to start a fire. That is it. So I'm basically going in blind. I don't have a lot of like fond nostalgia. I just remember playing it. I remember liking the kit game more. It may have been as simple as I liked the outfits and I liked selling eggs, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna jump right in. We are not gonna play the whole game because I think it's like 5 hours long, give or take, according to what I found. Here's how it looks. I do like the sort of vibe and aesthetic they're keeping down here at the bottom. I do wonder if this is like actual art from the books or if they kind of did it just for the game. I have no idea. Alright, meet Julie, a bright and energetic girl growing up in the mid-1970s who's facing a lot of changes in her life. Her parents have just divorced. She has had to move away from her old neighborhood and her dad and her best friend Ivy. Alright, so we're getting all this context. She's moved into an apartment with her mom. Her mom has a cool secondhand shop, which sounds pretty cool if you ask me. Things are looking up. Julie discovers that change can also bring exciting new opportunities, like trying to make the basketball team. Julie needs your help as she meets new people, travels to new places, and takes on new exciting challenges in her life. I see. I mean, yeah, I guess this looks about like I remember it looking. I'm just personally, I really don't like when when you turn and the camera turns with you. That's just a pet peeve of mine. It makes me feel a little claustrophobic. Find Tracy. Are you Tracy? I have no idea. Hey, Jules. Our new neighborhood is really cool. Mom wanted me to tell you that she has a surprise for you at the store. I've got the volume down pretty low. It doesn't sound like there's any voice acting. It looks like it's just text on the screen. Well, I guess we're going to this brightly colored building. This is Glad Rags, Mom's store for knickknacks and trendy clothing. Approach Mom. Just looking around. Feels very 70s, I'll give them that. I do have to say, I'm just looking at these shelves here, and I like how we can choose between nondescript box number 1, nondescript box number 2, and then we also have, again, nondescript box number 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Yeah, just listen, I've talked about this before. I'm not expecting, like, graphical magnificence every time I play a DS game, but, like, give me more than boxes. It's a thrift store. Make some fun little knickknacks. This is Mom. Alright. She gives you a blank journal, and Julie says, wow, it's totally boss. This is a lot of words. Maybe my attention span just isn't what it used to be, but I just, seems like a lot of reading for a kid's game, not gonna lie. Backpack, school supplies. School starts tomorrow? We don't have all our supplies yet? Couldn't be me. I'm that kid who is just waiting for the supply list to come out. I love buying pencils and doodads. I'm stuck on this counter. In my room upstairs, where there's a few doors. Is it this? I have no idea. There's boxes. Certainly doesn't look like my room, though. Is it like the little folding door situation? No, we just can't go into that one. I should find my supply list and backpack. Can I just look around? No. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so this is cute. I like the green. I'm loving these corner windows. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for like a bay window. Do we have a kitchen? There's a couch and there's a table. There's a lot of doors here. Can I go into all of them? Hello? No? Okay. Well, I hope you weren't looking for immersion, because I'm not sure that we're gonna get that from this. I guess I can only go into the open door, which I assume is Julie's bedroom. Oh yeah, baby. I really hate these camera controls. I want to look around. I want to look up and down without rotating my entire body. Like, imagine you want to go into your room and you have to, like... I shouldn't pick this up until I have a backpack to put it in. Alright, that's... Oh, I can't freaking move. Oh, I see. That's cute. Her backpack is like the loading screen look. Very cool. Alright. Got my supply list. Now what? I guess we leave. We gotta tell Mom that we found our backpack. Oh, man. We did it. Is that a pride flag? Or is it just a 70s thing? Is she... You know. I told Tracy to give you her old roll of tape. Okay, so is my sister just gonna be out on the street, and is she just going to give me an old roll of tape that I guess she just carries on her, but clearly isn't using because she can just give it to me? Hey man, do you just stand out here on the sidewalk all day? We can bike around. Well, that's cute. Oh, and I guess we could take the bus at some point. The 5 and 10 shop. Let's go. I can't tell if these walls are supposed to be striped and they're having a moment, or if they're supposed to be doing that. Here's your change. Thanks for shopping here. Man, there's not even, like, I don't know. I feel like already this game would be infinitely better if there were just a little bit of resource management, because when you're going to the 5 and 10 shop or whatever, it's like, oh, you can get a cool gift and blah, blah, blah here. And, like, I feel like if maybe you had, like, an allowance or a little bit of money, right, to, like, get different hair clips or outfits or something. I don't know. That'd be more fun than just having this, like, talk to the shop person and confirm that you bought an eraser. It's not the most riveting gameplay so far. I am not even going to lie to you. Time for dinner. Girl, you were just standing at the register. How did you do that? Because she walks like she peed herself. What if I get lost? What if nobody talks to me? Alright, this is very, you know, I can't really be mad at the plot. These are very real anxieties for a young girl. I remember changing schools. It's very nerve-wracking. Alright, tap on the closet. Oh, I do get to pick an outfit. That's great. Let's see. This is like the her look. I do not like that at all. This is cute, but it's like for special occasions. I think with the first day of school as a special occasion, but what if people bully her for dressing up? We should go normal mode. Homework? Did we even go to school? What's happening? I think I hear a basketball bouncing in the gym. I need to go take a look. Alright, now she's practicing with this kid TJ. Ooh, it's a game. Ooh, I'm not ballin'. I am not good at this. Oh, no. That should count, right? Okay, cool. Guess we're going home. I do envy you, Julie. God, I wish I could bike around my town. Well, no wonder that girl walked away from you. You just yelled at her. Like, imagine, she's on the sidewalk, this girl's just walking, and you're just like, hey! She ignored me. Yeah. Her mom probably told her not to talk to the strangers on yelling at her on the streets. I think that girl is deaf. Oh. That changes things. That changes things. My point still stands. You shouldn't talk to people who yell at you on the street. See, the problem now is I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Find and talk to Mom. Okay. Well, she is certainly not here running her shop. How was your first day of school? I played basketball. Go start your homework. We'll have dinner. See, here's the thing. So, see, that was perfect timing. Controls, clunky. Gameplay, not fun. There's no voice acting, so it's not very, like, immersive or anything. I do think that, like, I think you could do an American Girl video game, and I think you could do it well. And this just feels boring. It does feel cash grabby, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, so we're just skipping ahead to visiting Dad. Okay, cool. I guess I didn't consider when I played this as a kid, or maybe I wasn't aware that divorce was, like, a pretty new thing in the 70s. I think, like, at that point, you know, you've got this wave of feminism and women really coming into their own and being more independent, so this was a really big deal. She probably didn't have a lot of classmates with divorced parents, whereas now the divorce rate's, like, pretty high. Wait, this is triggering something in my brain. Oh, I like doing this! Ooh, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's just patterns. Do I actually have to string it, or can I just... Oh, I'm not even doing a good job. Green, purple. Oh, I could just do this all day. Okay. Gotta say, a little bit child labor-y. I have to do it again? Do I have to? Oh my god. Is this like the bulk of the gameplay? Oh, I'm losing my motivation. Hmm. Can I just move on? I just want to go see my rabbit. Oh, thank God. Dad's going to be here any minute. I'm not going. I'm staying here. We're never going to be a regular family again. I'm old enough to do what I want on the weekends. Yeah, that's standard divorce drama stuff. Said Dad just honked in his car, but I'm pretty sure that red car's always been here, and I don't see one that's not usually here, so that's questionable. Hey, Dad. Is this my friend? Yeah, Ivy. Go inside and have a snack. Okay. Snack time sounds way better than bracelet time. Alright, so Ivy's talking about going to the Y after school. Julie says she misses it, but she wants to do basketball. You're joining an all-boys basketball team? Why not? TJ's my only friend. Well, I mean, I guess you can call TJ your friend. You practiced together once. Team can be a lot of pressure. See, this is what I mean. It's like, even if you're allowed to play on a boys team, like, there's definitely going to be anxiety about it. See, her dad is talking about how boys can be super competitive and they might want to roughhouse and they might not be happy having a girl on their team. So he's kind of urging her to consider that they might sort of ostracize her or bully her. And, like, that's valid. Now I get to go see my rabbit. That's the best part of all of this. I'm stuck on this table. Okay. She looks hungry and tired. Has Dad been feeding my rabbit? I need some food to give her as... I can't say that word because my dog is in the room. And he'll get excited. I found something for Nutmeg to eat. Are we just like scavenging for vegetables? Do we not have rabbit food? I'm gonna need more than this. Has she just been starving since I moved out? I have questions. And I'm just taking this stuff off of people's lawns, it looks like. Why did Dad keep the house and like the mom and the girls had to move out to like a little apartment? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I never read Julie's books. If you're just like an expert or like a fangirl of Julie, let me know what the situation is there. Maybe they just wanted to move. I don't know. Oh, yes. So, I mean, do I just... Oh, I draw the shape. The trick is called circle, but we have to draw a square. Come on. It's fun that this is a thing, but, I don't know. Can I just, like, pet the rabbit? Maybe I should stick with one trick. That's what you do in real life, but I was hoping I could do all the tricks. Okay, she's not doing that one. It's square time. Ooh, I didn't do a good job. Hold on. Hey, man. Well, she's not doing anything, apparently. Probably because she's starving. Can we just, like, leave and come back in? Maybe I'm just not tracing this good enough. There we go. Again, I do wish I could just pet her. I wish I didn't have to just, like, draw shapes to make her do tricks. Well, I'm not sure her dad's been feeding her rabbit. I certainly hope he's been watering all these plants she's gotten here. Oh my god, that's a lot of words. And I clicked, and you can't scroll back. Oh, you can't scroll back to see stuff. My pants got snagged and blah, blah, blah. I had to wear a cast. I should probably go back to Mom's place now. She said it was Dad's weekend. We were there for, like... Let's see, we showed up, we talked to Ivy for 5 minutes, Ivy had to do homework, we picked some stuff up off the ground and fed it to our rabbit, and now we're going home! Okay, I think I'm done with this one. It seems boring. It seems like it doesn't even know what it wants to be. Again, if it wanted to be, like, immersive, it at least needs to keep its story straight, right? If we're at Dad's for the weekend, what are we doing for this weekend? What's in this part of town other than Dad and Ivy, right? Like, what... How is Julie's life different? I know from here you, like, advocate to play on the basketball team, blah, blah, blah. That's great. It's just boring. It's boring and I don't like it. And I think I kind of felt the same way as a kid. I do know I beat it at least once. But then I don't think I ever, like, revisited, replayed. I don't think I enjoyed it very much. And again, I remembered playing it, but I didn't even remember like her friend's house, or I didn't remember the rabbit. I love animals, and I forgot that she had a rabbit. The only thing I remembered was the beading bracelets and like picking sticks up off the ground. That was the most memorable part of this game to me. So I think that tells us what we need to know about that. It does seem like, let's see, if the DS came out in 05, this was released in 07, it means they probably got to work developing it pretty quickly. And yeah, I think it's fair to say that it's not great. Okay, now we're in for the good stuff. Kit Mystery Challenge. I do remember this one pretty well. I liked it a whole lot. Okay, so this one seems like the chapters are sort of like these different mysteries that you're unlocking. So that's pretty cool. The Case of the Chicken Coop Quandary. Oh, that's right. I used to really enjoy the Kit stuff. So yeah, the whole thing is that they are using their house like as a boarding house to try and make ends meet during the Great Depression. They rent rooms out to people, which is just a great setup for a story, especially like a young adult sort of thing. Because just think of all the people that you come into contact with doing like a boarding house thing. And I like this. I can imagine it would especially look good, like shrunk down a little bit. I have this pretty enlarged to play on a monitor. Mysterious things are happening. Someone left the chicken coop door unlocked. Mother's strand of pearls has gone missing, and a boarder is leaving early to get to a secret job. Only Kit, the girl with the nose for news, can get to the bottom of each mystery. Kit was the doll I wanted when I was younger. Like, if I were to ever get an American Girl doll, that's the one that I would just die to have. Okay, so just again, this game came out a year after the Julie game. Oh, see, I had said that I wish the Julie game had stuff to do, and this one has, like, you can manage her money in the Great Depression. That's kind of cool. I don't know if cool is the word I should use. That's interesting. Oh yes, we can change her outfit. I'm so excited. Yes. I remember I always picked this little, like, special event red dress with the dog on the collar because I thought it was so cute. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, we'll keep her in her sort of original look for now. Okay, so again, it still does the rotating camera, and everything. It seems to be a little less clunky. I know that you can't really tell this, but, the Julie game, it felt like everything had a massive hitbox. Like, see, I could walk past this mattress like this, and the Julie game, if I got that close to a table, I would just be, my knees would be so banged up. And also, the world just feels a lot more alive. I don't know how to put it. I think there's more diverse models. So as I'm walking around this sort of like attic bedroom space, right? Like, for example, I'm not just seeing cardboard box over and over and over and over. There's like different stacks of books, different lamps. There's even like some sewing supplies and what looks like a mannequin bust sort of situation over here. There's a lot of stuff. The world feels a lot more lived in. I guess this is like her little desk and typewriter. There's a dollhouse over here. So it's like believable. I believe that this is a room that a young girl is living in. Oh, there's a dog. Uncle Hendrik is staying with us. He's never in a good mood. Can I pet his dog? No, his name is Inky and he does say arf. Yeah, it's funny. I don't remember like the broad strokes of the story in this game or the results of any of the mysteries. I just remember selling eggs, doing stuff with money, and changing my outfits. So, alright, so Kit's like, nah, I closed the hatch after I got the eggs at like 9 a.m. So that means somebody left it open in the last few hours. Search the yard for clues and ask people around the house if they know anything. This is already more fun. First of all, I would have been completely fine just playing through chores, but this is already, I mean, the Julie game was just go shopping and go to school, and the Kit game is like, listen, losing a chicken maybe isn't the most, like, dramatic thing, but it's interesting. There are footprints everywhere in the yard. That's in my bag. This is cool. Ooh, I like all this. Okay, so you get your general inventory, your physical evidence, the facts, and testimony. This is real LA Noire moment. Cool. I like this. Like, unironically. Let's see if there's anything else around the yard. You can click on everything. That's the garden hose. This is the basket. Okay. Alright. Okay, so Mr. Peck was supposedly inside all morning. What about my brother? Hi, Charlie. Chicken coop door was left unlocked. The yard is full of footprints. I know that. The rain stopped around 8 a.m. this morning. right around the time we ate breakfast, so it must have been after the rain stopped. Would have also washed away any other footprints. That's cool. The Julie game, I just felt kind of stuck, like I wasn't quite sure what to do next. This one kind of feels that way in an intentional way. It's like, go investigate what you want to investigate, and I appreciate that. Can I figure out anything else about these footprints? I already talked to my dad. He kind of started me with this, but search the backyard for physical clues. I did, but maybe there's more. And the mom's like, I don't want you bothering everyone with this little mystery of yours. You better not accuse anyone that you don't know. Yeah, I think I read some of the Kit books. I think she's, she's very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Energetic. She's got a lot of spunk, some get-to-itiveness. And I do think she tends to get overeager and, like, accuse people of things because she wants to be, like, a reporter, detective. So that's kind of fun. You kind of get that impression. Is there anyone upstairs? Oh, is this my mom? Oh, Miss Finney. I guess she's one of the boarders. She works at the hospital. So she could not have opened up the coop door. Who are you? Sterling. I think that's my other brother. Oh, he's drawing. We found a pencil outside. I did see Aunt Millie walking around covered in feathers. It sounds like you're trying to find an out. Could Aunt Millie have let all the chickens out and tried to get them back in? I don't know, man. I think it's you. I present you with this red pencil. Oh, I have to pick 3 pieces of evidence? I don't know. I found a pencil. I have no idea. I jumped the gun. I don't think you're ready to solve this mystery yet. These clues don't mean anything, and they certainly don't point at me. Sorry, Sterling. Well, at least if you're gonna accuse someone, if it's your brother, it's fine. Hi, Aunt Millie. Okay, so Aunt Millie says our pillows are falling apart. She's taking feathers out of old pillowcases and putting them into new ones that she's made from extra feed sacks. So that's what she's up to. I don't know who to talk to now. I mean, frankly, I really think it's the brother. Okay, we're in the backyard again. There's a whisker stuck in the latch. Can use L and R to look more closely. Okay, and then she says, I think I've searched the entire yard now. Oh! There's a dog. Is it the dog? That'd be really funny, because my dog certainly loves chasing our chickens. So, solve. Hi, Inky. I think you did it. First of all, you can't defend yourself. Second of all, okay, so there's this whisker. That could certainly be him. Yeah, the uncle says that, like, he can't see the backyard, so it could certainly be the dog. You think Inky opened the chicken coop door? That's ridiculous. Get out of here. Well, I really think he did. I really think it was the dog, though. Wow, this feels like an ancient relic. I'm looking at this game FAQs forum with posts from 12 years ago of people being like, I can't figure this out. Is there a second dog? The walkthrough I read seems to imply that it is a dog, because it said that you get the whisker, and then, like, somehow through investigating you realize that, like, the chicken coop footprints look like dog footprints overlapped with chicken footprints or something. But I can't. This is frustrating because I beat this game as a kid, which means I did it when I was in elementary school, and now I am struggling. Sure is convenient that the dog is here. I guess it's this other dog. Hey, man. Wait, do I just have to, like, investigate your feet first? Grace's feet match the footprints. Alright, Grace. I think you did it. Grace's foot. It matches. And there's a whisker. And I guess this drawing of footprints. Can I use that? No. Oh, I don't know what else to put in here. I don't know. I don't know what third piece of evidence to use. I still think that Grace's feet matching the footprints found in the yard was a good choice. The whisker was a good choice. Okay, so she doesn't say you're wrong. She says I don't think, she basically says two of those are good choices. There's a whisker. I have no idea. Do I just do the general, there are footprints in the yard? Dude, I have no idea. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Because at this point, it's a matter of either brute forcing all the pieces of evidence until I get the correct third one, or I have to go around and check all the shoes in the house and eliminate them, and I simply don't want to. So that's how that's gonna go. Okay, so some pros and cons. I definitely think that the kit game improves on a lot of things about the Julie game. It seems like there was a lot more attention put into crafting that little world, making it feel real. I know we didn't play a lot of it, but I know the map opens up and you can like go to, I think, the movie theater and town, so you can see a lot of stuff. And it does feel more immersive. It feels like, you know, I mean, there's certainly more people to talk to. You're managing some resources, you're making clothes, you're feeding chickens. It feels a lot more like you're in that time period, and that time period matters to your gameplay experience. I do want to mention, this game came out the same year as the Kit movie. Unfortunately, I do think the fact that there's only 2 of these DS games is just sort of a product of the fact that they weren't very good. I definitely think they feel like a cash grab sort of project. I guess they saw an opportunity with the DS being such a hit, especially with young children, that they thought this was a way to expand the brand and their like offerings. And I think it could have been something really, really good. Clearly, it didn't go anywhere. But also maybe that's for the best, right? American Girl really prides itself on like the books and the dolls, and you know, you've got like American Girl cafes and all this stuff that is really meant to nurture like community and sisterhood and really get people talking to each other, playing with your dolls together, that kind of thing. So maybe they felt like the idea of like having kids hold up playing a video game wasn't like befitting of their image or what they were trying to sell as sort of their thing. But of course, it's also one of those things where at the end of the day, these brands, these companies are companies. Do I expect a company every time they make some kind of video game to do an outstanding job? No. I do sometimes find companies and brands making video games that are like surprisingly good, but it seems like a lot of times the video games do come off as like a cash grab or an afterthought, or it's like, hey, the movie and the book did great, let's try this too. And it's a bit unfortunate. I wouldn't say that these games in any way caused some kind of like irreparable harm to the American Girl brand, but I do think it's not a good look for them to have this stuff out there that seems so obviously cash grabby, especially when their whole image has been sort of prided on inclusivity and diversity and, you know, hearing oppressed voices. And there's been all this uproar the last couple of years as they're releasing and producing their Harry Potter line, and all the controversy surrounding Harry Potter as sort of like a company and brand, and the front runner of that, of course, being transphobic and not very supportive of those marginalized voices. And I think that's why talking about this stuff can feel really awkward and uncomfortable. It's like we, as a society, we tend to choose brands and things that we really identify with, we really love, and that's completely fine. But I do also think it's important to remain sort of critical of the things that we want to see succeed, right? If you love American Girl because you feel that it's inspirational and it makes you feel proud and supported and there's lots of good things about it, then when the company does something that feels cash grabby or skeevy or something like that, you should feel like you are able to voice those complaints, voice those concerns. That's how you maintain sort of a healthy relationship, or as healthy a relationship as you can under like capitalism and consuming media and products, right? It's not a bad thing to want to hold brands and companies accountable for things that you consider to be socially conscious or important matters. So, that being said, it was fun to revisit these games. I do remember liking the Kit one a lot. I probably did end up brute forcing some of those because there's a lot of pieces of evidence, but like, it's not a bad thing, it's just a thing. Let me know if you played either of these, or if you know anything more about Julie. I don't know much about her, so I am fascinated. I'm wondering what the situation was here with deciding on her like living situation. And thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. Please do let me know in the comments if you like this kind of content. I love talking about DS games, so, you know, just like a hey, I really liked this, lets me know to keep doing it. And of course, there's like buttons and subscribe buttons down there if you're also really into DS games especially. consider giving me a follow, subscribe, we'll do more of this. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.